My name is Takeshi Watanabe. I'm now in Japan, and I'm going to give my speech on how to be a good barista for Christ. So today, I'm going to introduce my audience, 3 audiences first. So I'm going to move my camera, and here are my 3 audiences in my room. 1 is from America and 2 are from Japan, and they speak good English. So, okay, now I'm ready to give my speech. So here we go. Today, I want to introduce and explain how to be a good barista for Christ. And I want to start with one question to you guys. Do you know barista mean, or what barista words comes from?
No.
The barista is actually Italian word for bartender. And a barista is a person, usually a cafe employee or two, who prepare and serves coffee and espresso-based drinks. And I'd like to give you one more question. And what is your favorite coffee drink?
I like cafe latte.
Me too.
Oh, cafe latte, cappuccino, it's very, very good coffee and very famous coffee drinks. And I'd like to add one more question. How often have you sat down to enjoy the good coffee and handcrafted coffee at your favorite coffee shop and located at your house or nearby your house? And have you ever given any credit or even a short thank you, saying thank you to them and to the person who put so much effort or so much practice or so much care into that drink? And I would like you to know and think more about coffee barista or coffee bartender today. So I have worked as a professional barista for several months, and I even have a coffee bar and professional espresso machine right here in my room, as you guys see today. And working as a barista within Japan's professional coffee industry can serve as a platform for promoting Christian hospitality, and that the required duties provides pictures of the selflessness that God values, and can also functions as a networking tool within local community. So I will now validate my thesis by demonstrating the importance of hospitality, opening up the Bible, the attitude with which Christians are to serve others, and lastly, manner in which we are called to conduct ourselves as active participants within the communities wherein we live or wherein we work. So now, to explain how professional coffee industry can serve as a gateway to Christian hospitality and social environment, I will provide a brief overview of the above mentioned points. So the first point, showing hospitality. Showing hospitality to others without discrimination is essential to effectively displaying Christ-like character within the workplace or where you live. And I want to open up Hebrews chapter 13, verse 2, and it says, "Don't forget to show hospitality to strangers, for some who have done this have entertained angels without realizing it." So it is saying, don't forget to show your hospitality or servant food to the random people. And God is actually the one, Christ is actually the one who came to this earth and show his hospitality or show his servant servant heart to the people. He is not using that as a show off. He is using that hospitality to show his love, show the Father's love to people. So as I work as a barista, I am not making the coffee for the people just because I want to show them how great I am, how professional I am, but not. I'm making coffee because I want them to be happy. I want them to see the love. I want them to see the servantship from Christ that comes from my heart, so that people will notice the differences between myself or the people who live for the world. So the second point, before going to the second point, taking this idea further, and I'd like to show how the audience with which we serve others is as important as, if not more important than, hospitality itself. The audience, the attitude with which Christians are to serve others is one of willingness and joy, and it's without grumbling. So I'd like to open 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 9. It says, cheerfully share your home, cheerfully share your home with those who need a meal or a place to stay. God has given each of you a gift from his great variety of spiritual gifts. Use them well to serve one another. And in this passage, God is telling us that it is very important for us to be obedient for his call, opening our houses, opening our rooms to just give a cup of coffee and have a time to talk each other. I think it is very important for us to remember in the workplace is not only for getting money, or just not getting money, but also to show the hospitality, to show the love to others. It is very important. In my workplace, I have the friends who work together, and they're inviting some friends to come to the shop, and people drink the coffee and have good time, and when they go out, they always say thank you to us, and that, I think that's very, very important as we work, giving them a good place to talk and to share what they have been facing or what they have learning in their lives. And if we have chance, it is good for us to share the gospel through the conversation. So lastly, I'd like to examine one time in scripture where Jesus prayed for his disciples to be in the world and not of it, and briefly discuss what this means for us today. Christians are commanded to be actively involved within their local community. I think it is very important. John chapter 17 verse 14 through 18 says, John chapter 17 verse 14 through 18 says, I have given them your word, and the world hates them because they do not belong to the world, just as I do not belong to the world. I am not asking you to take them out of the world, but to keep them safe from the evil one. They do not belong to this world any more than I do. Make them holy by your truth. Teach them your word, which is truth. Just as you sent me into the world, I am sending them into the world. This is what Jesus is saying in this passage. Jesus is communicating to the people that he didn't come to this world to just have fun with the Christian friends. And Jesus is God, but he is also man. He came into this world to meet the people's need, to communicate people. And God is very, very happy with that. And I think for me, as I work in the workplace, I would really remember this. I am not come to the workplace to invite Christian friends and just talk to the Christian friends about Bible. It's important. I'm not saying it is bad to have the fellowship with Christians. I am saying it is important for us as a Christian to be in the world, to show the servant heart, to show the hospitality, to show the love, to show the truth that as Jesus Christ did back in the day. He showed his love, he showed his servant heart through his life. And today I would like to remember, as I make coffee, this is not for me to be glorified, but God to be glorified. I'd like to show through my coffee, I'd like to show through my service that God is living inside of me, so that people might know that Christ is the Lord and that He is the different than world. And as a closing conclusion, I'd like to use my skills as a barista to serve God by showing hospitality, as I said, and also through my willingness and joyful service of others within the community where I live or where in my workplaces. And I want to close with one question to all of you who are listening to my speeches today. How can you actively demonstrate God's hospitality within your workplace or where you live? How can you actively demonstrate God's hospitality within your workplace or where you live? Thank you so much for listening.